Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Well, welcome to St. Joseph Academy for tonight's Ohio High School Athletic Association matchup between Western Reserve Pioneers and your St. Joseph Academy Jaguars.
The schools playing in tonight's game are members of the Ohio High School Athletic Association and abide by the rules of eligibility and contest regulations.
The officials assigned to this game have met extensive requirements set by the Ohio High School Athletic Association and have been approved by both schools to provide the important role in tonight's game.
Your support of the student athletes on the court at tonight's game is appreciated by both member schools competing. Though both teams are rivals, they're expected to exhibit the qualities of good conduct throughout the contest, and the administration of both schools request the same from all viewers. We have 7 minutes and 20 seconds remaining in this pregame. Both teams warming up with their teams. This will be followed up by prayer, national anthem, and announcing our starters. We'll resume back here then. right, and if you're just now tuning in, both of our starters from both schools have been announced. Starting for the Pioneers, Brooklyn Hall, Lila Turnbull, Jordan Steindel, Isla Moore, and Maya Nahar.
And for your JagWires, the regular starting 5, we've got Ruth Becker, Bree White, Morgan Wersch, Kate Mocho, and Melanie Alvarenga.
Yeah, we're so excited for this. This is their last home game of the regular season before they head into the playoffs. Up against Brunswick as their first playoff game. So excited to see how this game kind of unfolds. As we can see here, Western Reserve, bit of a height advantage, which is something the Jags have kind of struggled with against multiple teams, but seen it most with Magnificat in particular, with players like Julia Hall, Gemma Wickman. This is a team that I think the Jaguars, if they play well, play that zone defense that I think they talked about playing, which I think they could be in pretty good shape. Just before this, JV did take the win, 51-17. So I think these Jaguars, they seem really excited for this matchup, and if they keep that attitude high, as well as kind of adapting where they need to, they'll, I think, be just fine in terms of scoring.
Yeah, again, I'm not sure how great of a three-point shooting team Western Reserve is. As you can see here, a couple missed box outs by the Jaguars there. I'm not sure how great of a three-point shooting Western Reserve is. However, again, you talked about the height disadvantage, something the Jags have had like tremendous struggles with all year. So I think playing the zone is really going to help everybody be aware of those two bigs that they have. I think it's going to do, if you do find a shooter on the perimeter, zone's going to help you kind of keep track of where the shooter is. The only thing, as we just saw there, the problem they might have with the zone is finding their matchups to be able to box out properly. But hopefully that won't be too much of a struggle.
Bree White takes the three, which not a typical shot we see from her, but and Pioneers take that rebound.
Yeah, she's going to have a good game tonight.
Yeah, with the height on the team. She's aware of that role. That's something we've talked about all season long, is Bree White has an advantage here as the tallest one on the team. She just has to utilize her skills well. We see a lot of action from her inside that paint, and I'm hoping to see, even along that arc too, we've seen some action. So I'm hoping in this game in particular, she kind of helps lead, as a bit of miscommunication there.
Jags are going to need to get good pass by Melanie Alvarenga. I think good finish by Bree White. I would say Jags are going to need to start moving a little bit. Offense is looking just a little stagnant here. So, again, getting those moving around the arc.
They're choosing to press here, which is interesting. But, I mean, Bree White just tips that off into the hands of Ruthie Becker.
Yeah, I mean, they typically start every game with the press. Yeah, good job by Morgan kicking it back out there. They typically start every game with press. They only really pull it off when they do get burned on that back line. So if they can contain...
Melanie Alvarenga goes
great move underneath. But if they can kind of contain it here above half court, as you can see, that broke down as I was saying it. But I think if they can get a couple stops underneath, and as you can see, Western Reserve using the height to their advantage as they'll score over Morgan Wersch in the paint. I think keeping the press and kind of the turnovers this game are going to be crucial for the Jaguars, keeping them to a limit. As you can see, Western Reserve hasn't really missed a whole lot of shots yet. They're big enough. They're going to get second chance opportunities underneath the rim. So turnovers and ball handling need to be really clean tonight.
There's a turnover there.
There we go.
Your score is 4-6, 5 minutes remaining in this first quarter as Western Reserve takes another two there.
Yeah, they're going to call a delay game here on Western Reserve.
Yeah, hoping to see not only, like Emily was saying, limiting those turnovers, but also just some aggression from these Jaguars.
Go.
Good. Kate Mocha works her way up the court. We've seen that too in multiple games. Just in this last one, miscommunication there.
Lost the dribble.
Yeah, unfortunate. Just in this last game against Lutheran East, as well as that previous game against Magnificat, as Western Reserve takes two there.
Yeah,
Jaguars have kind of learned how to break that press. And I think that's something
they're doing a better job at it, yeah.
For sure. And that's something to keep in their back pocket. Bree White stuck there.
Good pass by Bree White.
Cut, tries to go up for two, kind of blocked down there.
That was a good pass by Bree White. And good hustle back by Bree White on defense as well.
That'll be Jaguars' possession as the Pioneers tip that one out.
Yeah, hopefully too. I mean, as you said, Jags have done a lot better job the second half of the season, getting kind of breaking the press, I should say, passing through the press. Good job of Bree White coming up to relieve some pressure off your ball handlers, because I think your ball handlers are going to have a tough game. Western Reserves, Morgan Worsh will kick it back out.
Ruthie Becker goes for he hits the back of the rim there as Kate Mocho tries to make that offensive rebound, unable to do so. Pioneers take it back up. Pioneers go for a three. Yeah, I'm not anticipating much action in terms of threes in this game.
I mean, it's a transition three. If you're wide open, you might as well take the shot.
Yeah.
I don't think the post was really set up underneath, but if you're wide open in that, coaches don't mind you really taking the three, but that's the kind of transition defense you want to see from the Jaguars. Getting back, not letting them get easy passes underneath. It's real crowded.
Melanie Alvarenga makes that pass off to Morgan Worsh, who goes for two, unable to do so as well as Kate Mocho also tries. And
wow, pass
Pioneers
through.
Keep that in.
Oh, and Western Reserve will have a 3-point play here underneath. I believe the foul is either going to be on Ruth Becker or Melanie
Kate
Alvarenga.
Mocho, actually.
Neither of the people I was about to say, but
your score is 4-12. Western Reserve holding an 8-point lead over these Jaguars with 3 minutes and 40 seconds remaining in this first quarter.
And as you can see, like Western Reserve's points have solely come off of second chance rebounds, and second chance points, as they'll miss that first free throw. Morgan Worsh unable to box out and corral that rebound there, as Western Reserve will get another two. Yeah,
again, that's something that the Jaguars have to be careful of, just with this height disadvantage in particular. I know Morgan Worsh, matched up against a 6'4" athlete tonight, which is something.
It's a difficult challenge for anybody. I don't care how tall you are. As you can see here, Sophie Selleck looking to check in, and I think she'll come in. Oh,
for Bree White. Yep.
I thought that was gonna be a different sub, but I like Sophie on the floor. I think Sophie, she's super strong, super quick. So she's at the top of the post here, but I also wouldn't mind to see her kind of in the middle. Maybe if you shifted Ruthie and Morgan over. I don't really know how that rotation would work for this team.
Pioneers go for a short three there.
Good deflection by Kate.
Pioneers get it back again. Really important that these Jaguars prioritize just that communication as they go for a three and miss that one. Morgan Worsh gets that back. I think, honestly, if they stay cohesive here, we've talked about this in multiple games, when they do kind of put the effort in the concept of the team forward, they perform their very best. And I'm hoping to see just executing their plays well, communicating with one another, telling each other where they need to be. We often see from Melanie Alvarenga her kind of orchestrate the traffic, orchestrate the play, clear the paths for shooters like Ruthie Kate. So hoping in this game they kind of do what they're familiar with. Obviously, every game is different. Every team proposes its different challenges. Kate Mocho goes for two there.
Off. That's okay. No, I agree. Their offense is looking kind of crowded. Whether it's Morgan Worsh or Sophie, trying to set an on-ball screen, which I think is good. It's going to get your guards open with the opportunity to kind of stop and get those floaters, but either the screens aren't working, somebody's like not reading it right. It looks really crowded right now in the paint.
Melanie Alvarenga finds an opportunity there, takes two, making your score 6-14, a minute and 55 seconds remaining in this first quarter.
Jags are in man, I believe, on this possession, as Western Reserve will nail three. As Bree White is looking to check back in here. And something, too, I think Joe's is going to struggle with here a little bit tonight is
Kate Mocho goes for this.
Let her
shoot
here. Before I say that.
3
I was going to say
there, making her
they
score
might
9
struggle. I was going to say they might struggle with three-point shooting a little bit tonight just because of how far up on the arc Western Reserve is playing defense. Doesn't give your shooters a whole lot of space to kind of set their feet and get themselves settled, but Kate Mocho once again proves me wrong.
Yeah, I mean, in this last game against Lutheran East, she scored 19 points, which was, if I'm not mistaken, a career high for her. But almost 20. We were real excited up here in the booth, but ultimately hoping to see a lot of action from her tonight, whether that's in terms of threes or just kind of being that leader that she is. I think she has a really great way of kind of getting people where they need to be, and kind of plays a similar role as Ruthie does, kind of taking that pressure off of Melanie or people like Bree. So as Sophie Selleck looks for the basket there, unable to plant too.
No, but I mean, as Western Reserve had a little bit of trouble.
There by Kate Mocho, they find an open opportunity there. Again, the Jaguars need to be constantly reading this defense as well and this offense.
Yeah, Joe's is going to call a timeout here. They are unfortunately looking a little bit slow on offense and defense, so hopefully in the second quarter we'll see some energy here from your starters.
All right, and following that timeout, your score is 9 to 21. 30 seconds remaining in this first quarter. Gabby Croce has now since subbed in for Ruthie Becker, I believe, here. And Morgan Wersch has come out, and Bree White is in.
Yeah, these posts, Sophie and Morgan are doing a good job of setting screens. They're just not rolling hard enough. Like, if you're going to roll, it was Bree White will get the foul call there, I believe. But they're setting good screens. Guards are looking, like, they're looking for that roll. And I don't know if it's just too congested. I don't know what's going on. But if you have the opportunity to roll hard, like, that's a bucket underneath. And even if defense collapses on you, that's a kick out to a shooter. That's a Ruthie or a Kate or even a Melanie 3 right there.
And Bree White goes for 3. Oh, unfortunate shot there. I think she could have had that one there, but
I think it was tipped going up. I thought I saw.
Pioneers take it. As Bree White tips that one back into Jaguars' possession, she looks for Melanie Elveringer for help.
1 second.
She makes that pass off to Gabby Croce. That is the end of the first quarter. Your score is 9 to 21. Pioneers holding the lead. But I don't feel all that. I think Jaguars have a lot of time left to figure out what they need to do. And I honestly think what issues they're dealing with right now are things that can easily be ironed out.
Yeah, I mean, like we said, Western Reserves, pretty much 3/4 of their points have been second chance rebounds, second chance points underneath. And so boxing out, boxing out is going to be your #1 adjustment here in the second quarter, even in your second half, is boxing out, making sure you secure that rebound, and taking quality shots. Jags have had a lot of, like, dribbles tipped. They've had a lot of passes tipped, so just being a little bit more clean with the ball. Hopefully, they're getting good looks. They're just not falling, but you just got to keep shooting. Hopefully, we'll see some more shots taken from the Jags here in your second quarter.
And following that timeout, we did overhear Coach Greg talking, just as Emily was saying, just finding those open spaces, kind of getting rid of that congestion that's happening. That's kind of, making these turnovers as well as miscommunications more likely to occur.
Yeah, something too is these posts are set in the screens. The guards are pretty far over on the wing, so I don't know if that screen needs to be set closer to the top of the arc, if that corner person needs to flash inside. But yeah, I agree with Coach Greg there. They need to space out a little bit. Melanie Everanga playing some good backcourt defense here, forcing a turnover as Kate Mocho
looks for a steal.
Good backcourt defense, good hustle from 2 of our senior captains.
Yeah, Jaguars this whole season have played a lot of man-to-man defense, but here we're seeing them in that zone, which
Sophie Stellick doing a good job of protecting that paint down low, dealing with 2 posts. That was fantastic defensive possession from Sophie Stellick there.
Melanie Elveringa makes that pass off to Kate Mocho.
Good
Bree
pass
White
underneath.
with the cut, unable to take 2. 9:21 your score, 7 minutes remaining in the second quarter. Pioneers take 2 more there.
Sophie's got a bit of a height disadvantage down low. I'd like to maybe see Sophie post up, but she looks like she's kind of working block to block. Even a quick flash in the middle, I think, would be nice to see here. She's just kind of staying a little bit stagnant underneath.
Yeah, Bree White needs help here. She makes that pass off to Melanie Elveringa.
As you can hear Coach Greg yell spacing, which I agree with.
She
Melanie
takes
Alvarenga
two.
with another 2. She's having a
11-23 your
fantastic
score
game.
now.
She's got 6 points in the first half.
Yeah, always great to see Melanie Alvarenga with a higher scoring game than usual. I think Melanie doesn't get enough credit for kind of just what she does for this team in the ways that she leads it, but also just the way, and I've said this before already in this broadcast, the way she can clear the paths, the way she can kind of put people where they need to be.
Yeah, as you can see, I mean, again, she's looking for something to happen. Again, Sophie had a good
Kate Mocho, as she goes for 3,
good
clear
bucket.
there. 14-25 is your score now.
But again, that's just an instance where Sophie needs to roll. Either the free throw line, the volleyball line, she just needs to kind of clear out.
Western Reserve takes 3
Answers
there as
right
well.
back. As you can see, Western Reserve is getting ready to check starters back in here too. And for your Jags, Morgan and Ruthie are also looking to come in for, I'm assuming, either Kate or Melanie, and then probably Gabby or Sophie.
Sophie Stella-Kier goes for 2.
Good bucket.
I honestly think after that timeout, there's something that's starting to click. And
Again, they're getting great shots on the outside. They're getting good shots underneath. Some contested layups aren't falling. Some of those little mid-range jumpers aren't falling. But again, keep shooting. It'll fall hopefully. Again, that's not a problem though after halftime. Oh, and they're gonna call Sophie Selleck for the blocking foul underneath.
Yeah, and as I mentioned, aggression is something that's key in this game. I'm seeing a lot from Bree White, who honestly this whole season also has been so fun to watch.
Yeah.
Just has a way of doing the little things, in my opinion, as Gabby Croce and Kate Mocho come out here, and Ruthie Becker and Morgan Wersch check back in. There's 6 seniors on this team. Each have done kind of some phenomenal things as they ask people to tuck their shirts in.
Jerseys. No, I agree with you. I think these 6 seniors are definitely going to be missed by this program. They each bring a lot of talent, a lot of hard work, a lot of determination to this program, and I think overall they've all been fantastic role models for not only your underclassmen on varsity, but for your underclassmen as a whole. And their energy is definitely going to be missed as Melanie Alvarenga gets a tip.
Bree White gets it back. Good action there from Melanie Alvarenga. Ruthie Becker makes her way down the court for the Jaguars.
Yeah, and this is where off the steal too, you want to see some transition offense. Jags have had a tough time tonight getting that.
Melanie Alvarenga goes for 2.
Little long.
Unlucky shot there.
Sophie and Bree doing a good job of crashing, not in their favor. But you want to see some as transition miscommunication again for the Jags, trying to get back on defense. But I think transition offense is really what you want to see because, again, Jags have just had a really hard time getting set in offense and getting some open shots. So, I mean, unfortunately, unlucky pass there from Mel to Sophie. But I do like that transition that pushes what you kind of want to see. They need a bit of an energy pickup here. So I think that's one way to do it as Melanie Alvarenga and Sophie will check out, and Kate Mocho and Brooke Haddad will check back in here.
Yeah, Western Reserve does hold a 14-point lead over the Jaguars now. But honestly, we've seen this season that the Jaguars can come back, honestly, from anything, in my opinion. They've played some tough competitors from Strongsville to Magnificat, and they fight till that very end. So I wouldn't be surprised to see after this halftime as Western Reserve takes 3 there.
Somebody on that far wing got caught too far over and help.
Morgan Wersch does the throw in for Kate Mocho. Miscommunication there. Western Reserve doesn't take 2, but again, as we were talking about, those second chance rebounds are crucial.
Bree White doing a good job. But no, that's something too that the Jaguars had a bit of a problem with last game too, is stepping to those passes, stepping to those balls. We saw a couple turnovers in a row. Last game or there 2 games ago, just at half court of people just not stepping to catch the pass. So that's something Jags have just got to keep in the back of their mind.
Ruthie Becker finds Kate Mocho there.
Looking to set something up, and again, you're a bit like too crowded on your right-hand side.
Ruthie Becker goes for 3, a bit short there. Melanie Alvarenga looking to check in here in just a second. Western Reserve does have some good ball handling here. We've seen that in some previous Jaguar games. Some tough ball handling that can be cleaned up. It's an easy thing to fix with proper communication as well. It's just taking that second to look where that pass is going. Oh, unlucky shot there for the Pioneers.
I mean, that's 5 shots in a row. Like, Jags have to box out. I know it can be kind of an extra step. It seems easier to go up for the rebound sometimes, but Jags have got to box out. They're at such a height disadvantage in this game.
That'll remain in Jaguars' possession there. Yeah, it is something that is avoidable. Just these
Yeah.
2-pointers racking up.
Like those second chance opportunities, second chance, there's something that you can prevent. If you box out, like the whole team has to box out. It's got to be something that they have to improve on
Sure.
in the second half if they want to break this score even a little bit.
Jaguars looking to set something up here.
Good backdoor cut there by Kate Mocho.
Melanie
Say in
Alvarenga
those
goes for
instances,
2.
Morgan got the offensive rebound, which is good, but Melanie's been driving all game. Clear out of the paint, give her some room to work. Jags still trying to move it around. Find some offense.
You know, I know it. I think it can get pretty pressing here when you are kind of just moving the ball around, but I honestly don't think it's all that bad because when we have seen them kind of get stressed from that clock.
Good post up underneath by Morgan Wersch, taking advantage of her strength down low.
Yeah,
And
for sure.
great pass from the top of the arc.
I think, honestly, the Jaguars perform best. I mean, you can disagree with me on this, Emily, but I think when they are setting this stuff up, not chucking up shots that are,
No, yeah.
not reasonable. Morgan Wersch misses that free throw there a bit short. Brooke Haddad takes that rebound. I think when they take that second, communicate with one another, set something up, or in that case, just continue to move the ball until you have something you can work off
Yeah,
of.
no.
It's a solid way to play, and I mean, yeah, it's not ideal. Something's not happening. You're not racking up points right there and then, but these Jaguars are more likely to throw up some dumb shots than to just.
No, yeah. Good fake underneath by Brooke Haddad will get the bucket. I know, I agree with you. Sometimes, like, being patient with the offense is okay, but, like, transition offense is important when you get that steal, when you get that tip.
Right,
Like,
right.
sometimes taking out, like, most of the time if you're taking out underneath your own basket, that's when
Yep.
your offense is going to set up. But off those quick turnovers, that's when you want to go and you want to attack because that's most of the time you're going to get foul call underneath. I agree with you. Them working around, great possession there. You got the shot you wanted. You got the offensive rebound off the free
Missed
throw.
three there by the Pioneers.
But like this, right here, like go. As you can see, Melanie driving again. A little short underneath Morgan
Wersch
Wersch there to
takes
grab a
it.
rebound.
Oh, unfortunate. Tries to make that pass off to Brooke Haddad. Pioneers take it back.
Charge. Oh, they're going to call Mel for the blocking foul. I thought she had a charge there.
Yeah, we've seen a lot of charges from Melanie Alvarenga this season. Pretty impressive. 20-37 is your score now with 40 seconds remaining in the second quarter. We apologize if we don't say the score as frequently as we should. It often, if you are watching from the huddle camera, which doesn't have our voices on it, which is right across from us, that you can see the scoreboard in the corner, and that should be just below this broadcast on St. Joseph Academy Digital. And Pioneers take that free throw. 20-38 is your score with 40 seconds remaining. Yeah, we also get, I mean, maybe Emily more.
We get into the game a little bit.
Pretty invested. See, here's this patience we're talking about. They kind of set that up. Kate Mocho.
Oh! Kate Mocho had a great cut there. Missed opportunity down low, but good cut, good offense. Again, another backdoor cut.
Oh, unlucky shot there. That one's a
Layup rolls off
bummer.
the rim. But no, that's the type of offense you want to see.
Pioneers take a three. Short there.
7,
but
6, 5. Shoot,
take
Kate.
it, take 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 it.
Oh, back of the rim. Your final score, or your score for the first half is 20-38, Western Reserve over the Jags. Hopefully the second half we'll see a bit more energy and a little bit more urgency from your Jaguars on the offensive and transition defense.
For sure. All right, and following the halftime, your score is 20-38. Jaguars down by 18. You know, we're hoping from this halftime, we'll see a bit more of, I don't even know, just those first 2 quarters, Jaguars offense was a little bit congested,
Yeah.
as well as just miscommunications, trying to limit those turnovers. They're continuing to play this zone defense here.
Which I like. Again, I don't really think they should go into man. I know boxing outs has been a bit of a trouble, but you have some help on the box outs underneath as Western Reserve hits a 2-pointer there. I don't mind the zone. I think it's helping. Ooh, risky. Yeah, bad pass underneath.
And again, those we've talked about that, but those rebounds on those, just those, the way Emily you were describing a second chance rebounds, is kind of something that Western Reserve is taking advantage of.
As turnover, Morgan Wersch unable to handle the pass, and Western Reserve is unable to handle the ball, so it'll go back to JagWire possession here. Yeah, again, I don't mind the zone. I think with, again, the height disadvantage, I honestly think zone is going to be your best bet with kind of all this stuff. Oh, come on. Kate Mocho able to regain her dribble.
Gotta be careful from people from behind. That's something we've seen a couple times this season. Bree White looking for help here. She makes that pass off to Melanie Alvarenga, who finds Bree White. She finds Morgan Wersch, who tries
Blocked
to go for
underneath. Jags getting back here. Again, I think good collapse defense there. Somebody's just got to make the rotation. I don't know if that was supposed to be Morgan, Ruthie, somebody, but somebody's got to make the rotation. You might see Joe switch into man.
Stays in Jaguars.
And Coach Greg wants a very quick timeout here. 20-44 is your
Yeah.
score,
So
about 2 minutes in.
Yep, and with those 2 minutes in, you know, Western Reserve has gotten, how many points is that already? They were up
6.
by 18. I can't do math.
Right? 6?
Yeah, 6.
Yes.
Good job.
Thank you.
Imagine it wasn't 6.
Oh, that'd be embarrassing. But I think
no.
38, 39, 40, 41, 42, 43. Yeah, 44. I'm right. I can do mental math. You all doubt my abilities up here.
Oh, I'm not down enough. I'm just as bad. It's pretty. We really do promise this isn't a reflection of an SJ education. This is
Not being able to do mental math.
This is a reflection of who we are as people.
Yeah. It's all right.
Not SJ.
Sometimes you just got to count on your fingers to double check, you know? No
Yeah.
harm.
Yeah, I never learned my nines in grade school, so
Oh.
when I get into the nines territory, I probably shouldn't admit that. I think that's a first grade unit, but
It's all right. Everybody
and you
learns
know what
at
I
their own
also
pace.
never learned? But I don't know if it's like worth learning before I go off to college, but like 3 digits times 3 digits, like 400 times 300.
That's all right. That's what you have a calculator for.
Guys, there's too many zeros.
Luckily, we don't need a calculator to calculate the scoring gap here.
Yeah, thank goodness.
And it'll stay at Western Reserve ball. Something interesting to note about Western Reserve is that there's only 2 people on their roster originally from Ohio.
Isn't that crazy? And that is Brooklyn Hall as well as Paris Mateos.
Yeah.
Others, it's a pretty diverse team with players from Pennsylvania, from
Good transition defense by Melanie Alvarenga down low. Everybody else on the team unable to kind of grasp that rebound, but great transition defense and getting back. Hopefully Jags here. Good deflection by Bree White, being aggressive. Stay here.
Pioneers possession here.
Jags working around in this zone here. And nobody there to kind of cover underneath.
Those twos are racking up. 20-46 is your score. 5 minutes and 40 seconds remaining in this third quarter.
Say Melanie, just take it. She's been getting to the rim all night. Good fake.
And
Another way.
Two.
Yeah, she's been getting to the rim all night. She
point.
just needs to keep pushing downhill. Good deflection up top. And Kate Mocho, same opportunity.
Yeah, good way. Staying aware of her surroundings, people from the back as well as on the side. She kind of finds those open opportunities to make sure that's not stolen or turned over. Melanie Alvarenga makes that pass off to Morgan Wersch, who looks for Bree White. Ruthie Becker looks to be wide open here. Morgan Wersch makes that pass off to Kate Mocho, off to Ruthie Becker, back to Kate Mocho.
We're
Again,
just swinging it around.
Kate Mocho goes for a 3 here.
No, I
Unfortunate
like the
there.
shot. She's hit a couple in the first half.
Yeah, I mean,
I-
she is
good
at 6
shot.
points already. Nothing in comparison to Lutheran East, Avi.
I know. So, I mean, again, that's not a shot that I mind as Luther. Not, oh my gosh, not Lutheran East. Western Reserve will miss the 3-pointer. It'll stay in their possession, though. Sophie Stellick checking in for Morgan Wersch here.
And Coach Greg will call a timeout here. Your score is 22-46. 4 minutes and 35 seconds remaining in this third quarter. Hoping to see in this timeout just Coach Greg emphasize the importance of how, and try maybe even writing up a play or something of how to limit.
Oh,
probably not
I think
gonna-
Western Reserve called a timeout.
Yeah, I think you're right.
I was about to say that's weird that he called another one. He's only got how many? All right, yeah. Western Reserve called a timeout
Yeah,
here.
you're
They're
right.
looking to draw something up out on the baseline.
Hoping Jaguars can try to limit. I mean, Western Reserve has proven to not have much luck along that arc making those threes. So just seeing how Jaguars can adapt and
Yeah.
keep them out of that paint is really important. And following that timeout, 4 minutes and 35 seconds remaining in this third quarter. Your score is 22-46.
Good
Western
defense
Reserve
underneath
holds
by
it.
Sophie Stellick. Unfortunately, just again, height disadvantage.
For
Just
sure.
coming back to bite the Jags, and another turnover underneath. Melanie Alvarenga saying her fault. Bad pass.
Yeah, intended for Ruthie Becker, I believe.
And Western Reserve will take it out on the sideline.
Yeah, I honestly think that's what kind of limits the frustration here is that accountability.
Good tip by Bree White. Good defense. A way to stay aggressive. Jags, too, also have only had like 2 fouls the whole game, which is great
Something different.
considering the height disadvantage. I thought they'd have a lot more in this game as Western Reserve nails
Takes
yet
3, yeah.
another 3.
Yeah, 22-51 is your score. Jaguars will go up against Cuyahoga Valley Christian Academy this Saturday, and then we'll transition into that playoff season. So
Good cut.
Kate Mocho gets that over to Melanie Alvarenga. It's got to get in control of that ball there.
Again, I mean, like, you're kind of in a rush for a shot. However, the point margin is kind of racking up, so there's no point in rushing. Kate Mocho with a block underneath. Great defense. There's no point in really rushing a possession. I
And
don't think that
intended
pass.
for
Yeah.
Sophie Stellick,
I don't
but
think that
Bree
pass
White.
was intended for her in the beginning.
Honestly, that's some of the, I honestly think good
Awareness.
awareness as well as adaptability, adaptation,
Adaptability.
adaptability maybe.
There you go.
I think that's something
Words are
that
hard. It's okay.
just like math is hard. Western Reserve goes
Oh,
for the
in and
unlucky
out.
shot.
Again, Jags just having the roughest time boxing out underneath. Melanie Alvarenga looking for a screen or some help of some sort to kind of get her open.
And I mean, they ultimately drop back anyways, but as Melanie Alvarenga makes the pass off to Bree White.
Yeah. And Nia French will check back in.
And Brooke Haddad will come in as well.
Bree White and Ruthie Becker will get a blow on the bench. So on the floor for your Jags, you got Kate Mocho, Melanie Alvarenga, Sophie Stellick, Nia French, and Brooke Haddad. Here with about 2:50 to go. Left in this third quarter, score 24-51 Western Reserve over the Jags.
As
Western
the
Reserve
Pioneers
from
go for
deep.
3. You know, there's nothing you can do about that really.
Yeah, especially not in this zone defense.
But I honestly think, yeah, these are unfortunate matchups for the Jaguars when you have a challenge like a height disadvantage or even just, I mean, we're not seeing it much here, but a fast team. That's something they've also been proposed with this season.
Yeah.
As they head into this playoffs, they'll play Brunswick, and then followed up as Brooke Haddad goes for 3 unable to make that one. But
Yeah, I think zone and man, I think they still would have had the same problem. Either defense they played, I don't really think the type of defense that they play is an issue this game. I just think they're, like, Western Reserve's just too tall.
yeah, it's definitely.
And it's
And-
unfortunate because a lot of the time, like, you're boxing out, but it's just Western Reserve just a real strong, a real big, real aggressive
attempted
team.
steal there by Sophie Stellick as Western Reserve takes it back.
I was
to
gonna
the
say
position.
travel, yeah.
24-54 is your score with 1 minute and 45 seconds remaining in this third quarter. Western Reserve holding the lead.
Again, I'd like to see some pick and roll action here. Posts have been picking all game, and I'm not seeing a whole lot of rolls to the basket. Guards are looking for it, because even if you don't score a layup off the roll, that draws defense inside. Melanie Alvarenga a little bit too strong from the baseline there, but
I don't think it hurts that she keeps looking for the basket and trying
no,
to make these
she's
shots,
gotten
you
to
know,
it all game. It's a good
Yeah.
shot.
as Brooke Haddad takes it back, makes that pass off to Melanie Alvarenga. She makes that back to Brooke Haddad, one of those no-look passes.
It's coming to you.
Yeah.
You know she's looking the other way, but you still
I
gotta
think
expect
there's something
it.
with that team chemistry that they've really continued to prioritize this season. This is their last home regular season game, so they've totally worked hard
Yeah.
on making sure that their team bond is Nia French goes for 3. I'm a bit short there, but I think it's evident that they're tight-knit and kind of know what to expect from one another. Sophie Stella gets that rebound, makes that pass off to Melanie Alvarenga.
She's got to watch behind her.
Again, that awareness. Yep.
She'll get the foul call. I can see Jags are looking a little frustrated here. Understandable. 30 down by 30 points with only a quarter to go, last home game. Frustration is completely understandable here, but again, you guys are still a team. They've got one more quarter left to play. It's going to be one of the last quarters these seniors are going to play together, play with some of these underclassmen. So
Nia French makes 3 there, bringing it up to 27-54. 20 seconds remaining in the third. Yeah, I agree, Emily. I think
even with the loss, it might. I mean, obviously the Brunswick first playoff game's at home, but Western Reserve airballs a 3 there. But they just got to go finish strong.
yeah. And that's something earlier in the season when we talked to Coach Gregg in an interview. He said, obviously it doesn't seem like this at every given moment, but Western Reserve takes 2. He says it's also about life lessons. It's also not just about the losses and the wins, but it's about kind of what you grow, how you grow in these interactions with your teammates, with your interactions with the competitors, pushing through that adversity, overcoming that adversity, and continuing to find ways to fulfill that passion. That's something that he really emphasized. He said it's not going to be something that's apparent all season just because of the high stakes of games like against Magnificat, against Western Reserve you see here. But I think ultimately it's something that the Jaguars will be really grateful for once the season has concluded.
Yep. All right, and as we begin the fourth quarter here on the floor for your Jags, you've got Morgan Warshuk back in, Kate Mocho, Bree White, Brooke Haddad, Ruthie Becker, Melanie Alvarenga will get blow on the bench, along with Sophie Selleck, who played the majority of that third quarter.
Jaguars playing aggressive here. Oh, after that, I'm seeing a switch here. There's been a shift.
And I mean, again, that realization is just like, you want to play the best you can. You know you're down, but you want to get some good
Becker goes for
looks.
the 3, hits the back of the rim there.
Yeah, unfortunate to see Ruthie Becker with no points tonight. Morgan Marsh, good tip.
Yeah, just an unfortunate game for her. She has proven to have some good games earlier this season. with
Also,
many
though, I mean,
injuries.
she hasn't had a lot of shot opportunities this game, so it's kind of expected to see less points when you don't take as many shots.
Yep.
But I think her three-point shooting could have been really helpful for the Jaguars. But again, Western Reserve's playing some pretty tight defense around the arc, so Jags haven't taken a lot of three-pointers this game.
Brooke Haddad looks for Morgan Wersch. You know, Jaguars gotta continue to persevere through this, I can tell. Getting a bit frustrated here. Unlucky shot there. 27 to 56 is your score at the start of the fourth. Morgan Wersch looks for Kate Mocha there. She'll find Ruthie Becker.
I like the kick. Oh,
Kate
swing
Mocha
one more.
takes the three. And
Good
that's a three
shot.
there. That'll be her ninth point.
There we
of
go.
the game. Thank you.
Sorry, we said words were hard. It's okay.
You know what seems to be hard too? Basketball. So hard.
Oh, miss layup
And good
underneath by
rebound
Western
there.
Reserve. Good job by Kate.
Yeah, sticking back to make sure that someone was there.
I was going to say, Ruthie Becker, she might as well just start firing.
Yeah, hits back of the rim there as well.
Good block underneath by Kate Mocho, who's looking to
Yeah,
push it
she's
up the
playing
court.
aggressive here. She'll make that pass off to Ruthie Becker. Gabby Croce looking to check in here in just a second. Ruthie Becker will find Bree White. Bree White looks for Morgan Wersch.
Brooke Haddad had a good flash in the middle there. So did Morgan Wersch.
Brooke Haddad makes that pass off to Kate Mocho. Morgan Wersch sets that
Turn the
screen.
corner, go. I believe it was blocks from behind there, unfortunately.
Pioneers work their way back up, but I think they might throw that one away. That'll be Jaguars' possession.
And with about 6 minutes left to go, here's Gabby Croce checks in for Bree White. And Melanie Avering will be checking back in here too, I think, for
Brooke Haddad, I believe.
oh.
Or Kate Mocho, actually.
Your score is 56-30 Western Reserve over your St. Joseph Academy Jaguars. So we've got in Gabby Croce, Melanie Alvarenga, Ruth Becker, Morgan Wersch, and Brooke Haddad as Ruthie once again long. Good
Gabby
offensive
Croce.
rebound by Gabby Croce.
She finds Brooke Haddad. She'll find Melanie Alvarenga. Ruthie Becker wide open.
Yeah, I think Melanie should have taken that floater there.
That'll be a shooting foul.
Yeah, Melanie's been getting to the bucket like we said all night. Again, if you got the open lane, just attack, take that mini floater, take that hook jumper. I think would have been nice to see. Brooke Haddad will shoot 2 at the line. A little long on that first free throw there.
She'll make that second one. You know, in that past game, that Lutheran East, it kind of came to their advantage how much Lutheran East was fouling, and I honestly kind of impressed with this height that Western Reserve does have. They haven't fouled much.
Yeah, I think
at
we've
all.
had like 4 fouls the whole game,
Yeah, so I think.
which is super impressive by both teams considering the height advantage by Western Reserve and how like difficult it can be for Joe's underneath when facing a
Good
team
rebound
like
there
Western
by Melanie
Reserve.
Alvarenga. She looks
Good
for
push.
Ruthie Becker. She'll find Gabby Croce, who goes for 2.
Yeah. Love to see Gabby score here.
Yeah, Gabby Croce, also one of the team captains. Western Reserve looks for 3.
Good defensive rebound. Ruth Becker looking to push it.
Brooke Haddad goes for 3.
A little long.
Again, with this point margin of 33 to 56, it's not a bad idea. I don't think that the Jaguars are just continuing to take these shots. It's not hurting them in any type of way.
Yeah, I mean, again, you're not looking to chuck up some crazy shots, but you also just don't have the time to be super patient and set up an offense and let the clock run down for a minute and a half before you attack a bucket.
Yep, Melanie Alvarenga.
Good kick underneath.
Gabby Croce goes for 3 here. Morgan Wersch finds Ruthie Becker. Gabby Croce, Melanie Alvarenga. Morgan Wersch. She'll make that pass off to Melanie Alvarenga.
Good dribbling kick.
36 to 58 is
Melanie
score.
Alvarenga's got 11 points tonight.
Yeah,
She's had a great game.
Yeah, great performance. Three minutes remaining in the
Jags
fourth
back
quarter.
in man here. Again, I don't really mind the switch up in defense, but Jags have got to stay in some help defense here.
Emily, can I tell you something real quick?
Yeah.
I feel like because it's the last broadcast, as Pioneers look for two. Oh, and good job preventing that second chance rebound. I mean, they'll take another one. Right before that, they did a great job. I think a child just fell on the bleachers.
Oh.
And Kate Mocha was about to check in, and I think she thought one of us fell into the booth. She looked up here a little concerned. She looked at the bottom of the ladder and then looked up here just to make sure all three of us are up here.
We're still standing.
I'm
That's
really
funny.
hoping she's not concerned about us.
That's so funny. Oh my god. All right, it's Kate Mocho, Sophie Selleck, Melanie Alvarenga, Gabby Croce, and Cam Croce are your five for the last 3 minutes here as your score is 36-60 Western Reserve over St. Joseph Academy. Sophie Selleck doing a good job talking. Oh, and they're going to call Melanie Alvarenga for a reach-in foul. That's her second, I believe. She did have a charge earlier in the game.
Yeah, limiting her fouls, though. She hasn't had many this game
Yeah,
in
which is
particular.
good.
Something that obviously in previous games has gotten her a little bit of trouble, which has been a bit unfortunate.
Reverse layup there by Western Reserve.
Gabby Croce takes the three, and she'll make that. 39-62 is your score. Camera girl, was that your mom that just waved? That was your mom. Shout out to our camera girl's mom who just said hello.
She's telling Maddie to kind of hurry it up. She's got things to do.
Ooh, Western Reserve makes contact with the floor there. They'll go for the three. And that's a swish. 39-65 is your score. 2 minutes and 15 seconds remaining in this fourth quarter. Tough matchup for these Jaguars.
Yeah, kind of a sad way to last home game for the seniors, but they've still got one more. They've got
Yeah, that first playoff game.
Cam
against
Croce
Conklin.
with a bucket. But again, they still got a game Saturday. They've got bracket play left, so this is definitely not a final end of the season for the Jaguars. They've got plenty of time, plenty of quarters left to play.
Pioneers unable to make that shot. I'm impressed by the Pioneers' ball handling, actually. They kind of make some, I guess just the height in their advantage. They make some tall passes, but high passes, I should say. But
as Lizzie Gus, Ruthie Becker, and Nia French will check in.
For Gabby Croce.
I believe everybody besides the people from JV, everybody on Varsity's gotten in for this game, which is always nice to see as your last home game for the season.
I agree. Ruthie Becker makes her way up to court.
So we've got Ruth Becker, Nia French, Sophie Selleck, Ruthie's the only senior.
And Cam Croce finds Lizzie Gus there. She'll find Ruthie Becker.
As we're winding down here with about a minute 10 to go. Jags, I think, probably just working around, looking to get a good shot.
Yeah.
You don't really need to rush anything.
Cam Croce makes that pass off to Ruthie Becker.
Yeah, they'll just kind of work it around here.
41-65 is your score. 55 seconds remaining. Nia French recovers that. Ruthie Becker. Emily, do you anticipate a shot here?
Maybe if they get a good look. Oh.
The Nia French. You can't doubt her. Nia French with the three. I'm so excited to see how Nia French continues to develop. I think she's put on a phenomenal display this past season. Just a sophomore, as we've mentioned previously, but she is incredible to watch, fast, and genuinely one of the nicest people you can meet.
Super funny, brings a great energy. I think she'll definitely carry over the energy from some of these seniors next season, and we wish nothing but the best as Ruthie Becker gets on the board.
Oh, that feels good. I think we needed that before, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
3, 2,
that conclusion.
1.
Yep, your final score is 47-68. Jaguars take the loss. Emily, I think it's a bittersweet day for us.
Yeah.
We officially bid farewell to this team, basketball team, and their broadcast. It also happens to be Jaguars' very last broadcast. And due to regulations set by the Ohio High School Athletic Association, we're unable to broadcast the playoffs. But please know, we will be there supporting. If you do show up to a Jaguar game, we will totally be in the crowd.
Always.
For varsity basketball diehards. So, again, it also happens to be National Girls and Women in Sports Day, which is just an incredible day, not only for this team, these athletes at St. Joseph Academy, but also people like Emily and I and Maddie, who's on camera, who kind of get to partake in sports in such a different way. It's something that is kind of unorthodox in the fact that here at SJA, JagWire has been able to kind of break these barriers of this male-dominated field of sports broadcasting. It's been our pleasure to really bring it to you. I'm incredibly grateful to have gotten this opportunity to create this broadcast.
Yeah, I was going to say, we need to give a quick shout out to Mary Tompkins here, the creator of JagWire, who has poured her heart and soul into this program, making up the curriculum for it, everything she's done, getting the amount of people involved, the amount of work she puts in to this program. So shout out to Mary Tompkins, because she does so much for St. Joseph Academy, and just love you so much.
Oh, I love you, Emily. Yeah, I'm so grateful to be accompanied by such incredible people like Emily, who obviously, as we've mentioned, has played with this team the past 3 years, knows this game better than me. I can say that. Even Maddie, who's here, usually we've got Alexi with us, but Maddie, you've been so great at just kind of filling the spots where we need you, and making these broadcasts possible. I think the support of our viewers, friends, family, faculty, and staff, and most importantly this team, has meant more than words can describe for us. So we're incredibly grateful. If you do see a JagWire broadcast in the near future, whether that's something unrelated to basketball or even next year, tune in, show your support, because whatever is happening, I'm telling you, it's going to be something good. So this is JagWire signing off.